I don't think any of us knew how interesting this gymnasium was until the planning application came forward, and we've got absolutely nothing against the improvement of the care facilities, of course. All that we're asking is that the importance of this building is examined a little bit further, and perhaps a little bit of creativity goes into designing whatever replaces the care centre as so that the best of the past can be preserved for the future. So far we've identified two really interesting things about it. The first is that it's a really interesting bit of architecture in its own right. The 1930s was an expansion of different sorts of architecture, and the whole of Kingsway North and Burton Stone was part of that designed townscape in an Art Deco form. And the finest Art Deco building, it's actually a little bit developed in a style called streamlined modern, was what became the Water Lane High School for girls. All of that's a little bit specialist, if you like. Not so many people are interested in architecture, but what people can get is the fact that it's good architecture. The next steps is that we're simply asking the local authority to think a little bit harder about its historical importance. And it's not just the architecture, that is a bit specialist, but there's a lot of people who feel very fondly, it's not that long ago, and there's a lot of people who feel very fondly about the building, and that's for a couple of reasons. The first is that Water Lane High School for Girls, which became the secondary modern later on, was actually the first purpose-built educational establishment by a local authority of that period, which in historical terms is quite unusual. York was at the forefront of building schools by local authorities.